Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, Apex Investor. Holo, again, is the story. The next week or two are going to be very difficult for us. So just hang on. Just hold on to the stock. Do not sell. I repeat, do not sell. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm only a guy with an opinion. But it's down 23% today. Volume was just paltry because everyone is holding on to the stock. They're waiting for the reverse split. And we have a lot of news in regards to that. So it traded between 26 to 28 cents. No one selling. Okay, I think that's all we can say about that. Let's look at the last 5 days. You can see a clear decline from 43 cents to 26. So we're right back down in the 20s. But that is to be expected because the shorts want this as low as possible before the reverse split, which is pending. When is that going to happen? Well, we have a date. So we're going to talk about that. It actually was released not too long after my previous video yesterday. So here's the news from Yahoo Finance. Let's just expand this video or this window. It says microcloud hologram announces results of its 2024 annual shareholders meeting. This was yesterday, 5 p.m. Shenzhen, China. Holo announced that its 2024 annual general meeting of the shareholders was duly held on the 27th. I don't want to go through this too quickly, so let's just read it slow enough. So the following proposals were approved and adopted, and most people probably know about this already. If you don't, then that's why I'm reading it for you. So number 1 proposal: every 20 issued and unissued ordinary shares of a nominal or par value, each in the capital of the company, will be consolidated into one share. So 20 for 1. Wonderful. That's what we've been waiting for. A lot of people were dooming and glooming, saying, oh, it's not going to happen. There's no guarantee. I've been saying the last week they would be sabotaging themselves and they would be losing 108 million US dollars if they didn't do this. So they have confirmed my suspicions. They don't want to lose that money. They actually want to quadruple it, whatever. They want to make it 10 times more. Who knows how high it's going to go. It'll go where it goes. And it says here, yeah, essentially that's what it's saying. So from 500,000 divided into 500 million shares of a nominal or par value of 0.001 each, to 500,000 divided into 25 million shares. So we can see that is the exact number being used here, from 500 million to now 25 million. Number 2, to consider and vote upon an ordinary resolution to increase the company's share capital. Okay, what does that mean? They're going to dilute the shares. That's what it means. So they're going to take the 500 shares, or not 500,000 the same value, 25 million shares. It's going to be increased to 500,000. So where were we before? 500 million. That's where they were. And then they're going to shrink it down to 25 million. And then they're going to bring it back right to where it started. So what is this called? It's called a reload. They want to do a fifth pump and dump. They are assuming this fourth one will go as planned. There's no guarantee it will. I don't want to pretend it's going to be a guaranteed, a fact of life. It's going to spike to $100 a share. We don't know. I do believe it will spike. I just don't know the value. A lot of the educated guesses say $20 to $40. I think that's a safe bet. But again, stock market, gambling, it's a big risk. We have to see when the reverse split takes place and count the days afterwards, because it's going to go down. It might go down a little bit. It might not. We'll see. So they're going to create an additional 475 million shares. It's not going to be when the reverse split takes place. I don't believe that's what they're going to do. They're going to wait for the pump and dump to pass by. They want it to complete first, and then they're going to gradually add the shares. I don't think it's going to be one shot 475 million. I think it might be 50 million here, 20 million there, maybe 100 million here. So it's going to be a gradual increase, but that's the maximum they're allowed to, 475 million. And then the rest of them, they're not as important. It's talking about how each director, talking about the administration. It's not that important in terms of the stock price, in my personal opinion. Yeah, so I think that's it for that. We're going to go over to the subreddit, and there's a bunch of questions I need to answer there. So let's go there next. Oh goodness, was I not recording the whole time? Okay, I was not recording the whole time. I was talking for like 20 minutes. So in any case, I am in the Holo Short Squeeze subreddit, and there are a lot of griefers here. There are a lot of people just dooming and glooming, and what that means is that this stock is about to take off. So I'm going to recap what I just talked about the last 20 minutes as briefly as I can. So we started with this. This guy's a griefer. Just ignore that. Ignore that as well. So this guy is clearly trolling, clearly being a dickhead. Just lack of a better term. Just being a complete moron. Sorry, moron. Expect big moves in the next few weeks. I agree with this post. I do. I think we're going to see volatility. We already saw it today. It could go as low as 5 cents. Hopefully it doesn't, but you never know. You never know with the shorts. You really don't. But as long as we're above 5 cents going into the reverse split, we should be fine. Because the goal is to stay above $1 after the reverse split for at least a day or 8 days. I can't remember. This guy's asking, am I cooked? No, you're not. You're not cooked. Don't worry about it. Just hold on. We did confirm the date. Finally, reverse split. Date is confirmed. October the 9th. Beautiful. It's the news we've been waiting for Holo. Best news in probably a month. This is still loading. So, yeah, that has been confirmed. So October the 9th is the date. I'm not sure if it's going to be October the 9th at the start of the trading session. So October the 9th, 9:30 a.m. Or is that October the 9th after the close of the trading session? So for that, I'm not sure. October the 9th is a Wednesday. So that's exactly, less than a week from now, 6 days from now. Just ignore this guy's post. Just being a moron. Help out, make Holo go. Oh, another moron. Another moron. This guy points out some interesting facts within the newest release. So this individual is not being a moron. He's actually being asking the right questions. You're not saving anyone. He's not scaring anyone. So yeah, I want to see some responses just to troll him back, I guess. So this guy points out, okay, so that's what I've been reading. And before I read it, let's just look at this griefer comment. I find this a little bit funny. We're all grown ups. Yeah, you're not scaring anyone. All right, was he gonna respond? Is he gonna respond to this? My goodness, just ban him from the subreddit, for God's sake. Okay, so what he's saying here in this post is he believes that after the reverse split, he's saying there's only going to be, uh, he's saying there's 100 million that is outstanding. So 100 million divided by 20 is how much? 5 million. He's saying there'll only be 5 million left. 5 million shares. I think he was saying between 1.5 to 5 million, but in any case, a lot lower number than what is being interpreted here as if it's 20 million. But not that it's a fact, but it makes more sense to me anyway that it wouldn't be 1.5 million. I don't think it's going to be 1.5 million float remaining. What this user is saying, let's do this 169, actually makes a lot more sense, because the numbers they revealed in their press release, it says 20.5 million shares outstanding after the reverse split, meaning we have 400 million, over 400 million shares outstanding currently. Or last update was 400 million, over 400 million, I think 410 million to be exact. But after the reverse split, it's going to be 20.5 million outstanding shares. To say that it's going to be 1.5 million, that's possibly misinformation, because then the price would go to 300 plus, maybe even 500 plus. But since it looks like it most likely will be 20 million, the price will probably go to 100 million, or 100 million, $100. 100 million per share. My goodness. You can cure poverty with one share. You're only halfway there. This is about to be Groundhog Day all over again. Looking forward to the post reverse split spike number 4. Great post. I wish I could upvote this. My only gripe with this post is this will not be number 4. It will be number 2. The first 2 pump and dumps / spikes / short squeezes happened without a reverse split. It was only the third spike where we saw a reverse split. I believe it was a 10 for 1. This one's a 20 for 1. They never had one, as far as I remember anyway, as far as I know. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's only the third one, and now this one. Okay, yeah, it's a waiting game. And so post-split, they want to expand the share count to 500 million. They will eventually. They're not going to do that right away. It's going to take a while. And what this person says here is correct. It's an option if they need money. Most likely they will do that because they want to reload the pump and dump. So in case I did not say this because I was talking, I was speaking and I was not recording. My buttons are a little sticky or something. But what I wanted to say is, in case, okay, I lost my train of thought, but basically, what was I saying? It's an option. Yeah, so they will reload. They want to do this all over again. And what I was trying to say, I remember what I'm going to say now, is that Apex Investor is not about these kinds of, Chinese pump and dumps. Just so happens to be I'm trapped in one right now, so as a lot of us are. Not that I'll never invest in Holo again, because let's just say, hypothetically, this is successful for the 4th time in a row. I will invest in Holo again, but it really matters how much I'm investing. I'm not going to invest, X amount, a large amount, 100% of my portfolio. I'm going to only invest maybe 10% at the most. I think it's a more wise decision. It's not as careless, it's not as reckless, and not as high risk, but it's still, you can play around a little bit and wait for the support. And we could say, is it 20 cents? Well, we really don't know. It might be 5 cents next time. We don't know. But one strategy I want to remind people of in terms of the reverse split is that I've been repeating the 1 week and then another week. So 14 days window from the reverse split date when that comes into effect. So hypothetically, let's say October the 9th, it goes into effect 9:30 in the morning. 1 week later is October the 16th. I think we can expect to see the first significant or obvious price spike on the 16th. So let's open the chart. Let's open the chart here and try to game these scenarios here. So we might have to go to the year-to-date one, to be honest. But so 1 week from the 9th is the 16th. So let's say it goes from... Okay, it's not giving me... Oh, here it is. Okay, so let's say here's the reverse split. This is October the 9th right here, right? Just play along with me right here, just so we can visualize it. So this is October the 9th. 1 week later, and let's just say it's 20 cents, 20 to 30 cents. But for sake of argument, it's 20 cents because it's pretty much stayed above that level. So the following day, it will go to $4. I should say the day of, it'll go to $4. So October 8th, going into the reverse split, it's 20 cents. And then October the 9th is $4. A week later, it should have reached whatever this is. So $4, let's just say, so $1.51, and that multiplied by, what is that? Can't really do the math right now, but let's say 2 times 10, so like 20 times. I don't know if it's going to go up 20 times. Let's say it goes up 10 times, all right? Or 5 times. Let's say it goes from $4 to $20. So the first spike will be $20. That's a week later, right? And then a couple of days later, 2-3 days later, we'll see a clear, obvious downward support. You're going to see this V shape, inverted V, this spike. Basically, it's a spike, a needle shape. And we're going to have to hold on and remember there's going to be a first spike. It's not just going to be one and done. Although I do believe a lot of people will, in fact, sell in the first spike because they've been waiting to just get rid of the stock. But unbeknownst to them, a week later from the first spike, we've got this action, and it's happened 3 times in a row. This spike, and then a week or 2 later, we see a second higher, let's call it the real spike. That has happened 3 times in a row. It's not an anomaly. Okay, so I do believe we can see the same thing happening. So again, let's game it again. $20, and say it goes down, it's shorted to $10, for instance, or 15, and then it goes up to $50. Let's say $40-50, but for the sake of argument, let's just say it goes to 40. So here we see it. You know what? Let's just call it 50. So it goes up to 50, 60, or 55. Let's say it goes up to 55 a week later. So again, this is October the 9th, and then a week later we should see the first spike. I mean, it's not exact math. It's going to be exactly a week. But after the first spike, it might be 3 days, it might be 2 days, it might be 1 day, it might be 4 days. It could be any amount of days, but after the first spike, it is a week. It's not going to take... So I have to correct what I'm saying. So October the 9th, let's say it's October the 10th, October the 12th, whatever the date is, whether it's the 10th or 12th, you add a week from then. So it could be the 17th, it could be the 19th, but whatever that date is, that 1 week later, you're going to see an immense rise. So it could go up to $50. But don't wait too long, because look what happens. Look what happened from the 16th to the 17th to the 20th. It went down, free fall like crazy, to the point that it's even lower than the first one. So I wouldn't blame people who are selling in the first spike, because we just want to get off this ride. It's been a crazy volatile roller coaster ride. But I'm going to suggest to you a really good strategy to maximize your profits for this for Holo. So what I would do personally, I would wait for that first spike, right? So you're waiting for the first spike. You can sell, but don't sell everything all at once. So I would say, okay, let's say hold 1,000 shares. Just for example, you have 1,000 shares after the reverse split. That means you have 20,000. You have 20,000 pre-split, but you have 1,000 shares post-split. So you know what? Sell 100. Sell 100, sell 250. But don't sell them all in the first spike, because once you see the rise, you're going to regret it. You're going to say, what the heck? I could have made a lot more money. So once you see that, whatever, it's 20 or 40, set that price in your mind. Maybe it's going to be 40, maybe it'll be 50. But if you want to be safe about it and maximize your profits and not be left holding the bag after the dust settles and everyone is off the boat, they've gotten off the boat and the boat is sinking, it's the Titanic, then set your price for 40. Set your sell limit. Just say, okay, 30, 40. I'm going to sell 100 here, and then I'll sell the rest. I'll sell 700 shares at $40. That's a good play. What's wrong with that? And hypothetically, let's say that does go forward at $40, and you had 1,000 shares. What is that? That's $40,000. But I don't think everyone's going to time it that way. So let's just say, you sell the first 250 at 20, that's 5,000. And then you sell the rest, the 750 at 40, that's 30,000. So that's what, 35,000. And you started off with, I don't know how much you bought at, but it's going to be a lot less than that. It's probably, half the price or a quarter of the price. So it's still a good play, but all these things have to pan out exactly as they have in the previous three spikes. So will lightning strike twice? Or I should say, not even thrice, because it did. Does lightning strike twice? Well, normally it doesn't, but Holo has spiked. We've seen pump and dumps for Holo, short squeezes, whatever you want to call them, 3 times now. 3 times. That's no coincidence. That means these people know what they're doing to a T. I don't want to doubt them in regards to the 4th one, and neither do I want to doubt them when it comes to the 5th. So that's all for me. Thanks for your time. Until next time, we'll see you in our weekly recap. Until then, God bless you all, and God bless your investments, unless you are a short seller.